Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman are a natural pair, playing a sparring married couple in The Roses. It's in theaters and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. The Roses is a modern-day remake of the 1989 movie starring Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. It's also adapted from the book of the same name from 1981. Olivia Colman plays Ivy Rose, a chef who runs a somewhat empty restaurant. She's married to Benedict Cumberbatch's Theo Rose, who is a successful architect and is set to open a nautical-themed museum. Now, a massive storm hits on opening day as Theo then watches his museum collapse to the ground in embarrassing fashion. Meanwhile, the road closures from the storm lead everyone to Ivy's restaurant, causing business to blossom. Now, while Ivy's restaurant takes off like never before, Theo is left fired and out of work. Major resentment and jealousy starts to build between the two as they desperately try to raise their two kids and salvage their marriage. Kate McKinnon, Andy Samberg, Zoe Chow, and Jamie Demetrio round out their friend group as two couples who start to take notice of their sparring antics. The Roses comes under the direction of Jay Roach, the director of hits like the Austin Powers movies and the Meet the Parents movies. He's returning to his kind of earlier days in comedy after making such, heavy-hitting political fare like Game Change and Bombshell. Roach effectively knows how to get the most out of his cast. Screenwriter Tony McNamara previously wrote The Favorite, which also starred Olivia Colman, and knows how to write for her kind of zany humor. She's absolutely delightful and really carries the film, finding the joy and the zing against Cumberbatch. He's playing the uptight, disgruntled husband, and we watch him slowly lose it. Now, it's probably the furthest that we've seen him play into comedy, and he really leans in, just kind of throwing himself wherever needed. The central conflict in The Roses feels very grounded and real, and one that many long-term couples can probably relate to. I think there's a choice that Tony McNamara and Jay Roach made to make this feel as kind of real and relatable as possible, and I think that ultimately hurts the comedy. The tone is all over the place, and I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a satire or a broad comedy. The resentment between Ivy and Theo becomes incredibly bitter and just mean-spirited. The physical antics and the sparring war should have felt more heightened or farcical to make the humor, land harder and maybe soften the blow a bit. There's a great dinner table scene with the whole ensemble that happens in the climax. It works well as it utilizes the entire cast, and we see the inner workings of the other characters' relationships. I think the film needed more of the ensemble to, balance out the messiness between Ivy and Theo. Every couple that we meet is weird and has their own quirks, and the film, should have maybe highlighted that to then make its point. Maybe the biting humor landed better in the late 1980s, but The Roses felt a little too real, a little too unbalanced, and not silly enough to counter the edge. I'm giving The Roses 2.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I've done movie reviews and celebrity interviews. I got to interview Benedict Cumberbatch, Olivia Colman, Andy Samberg, and Kate McKinnon. They were all so fantastic, and you can just feel that they really love working together. So you can see that in my interviews on my YouTube channel. Click subscribe. Follow me across social media at Paul's Movie Trip, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Roses. This is Paul's trip to the movies.